I'm at a restricted facility near Brownsville, Texas. I'm entering an aircraft hangar filled with cubicles. Thousands of cubicles, each empty except for a manual typewriter and a small ape. The typewriters have been quietened, otherwise the noise would be too much for the apes. These are bonobos, their grandparents brought from the Congo Basin and settled here within the Elon Musk Repopulation for Shakespeare Center. Repeated breeding has created this army of ape typists. But what actually is going on? Our guides assure us that Musk is not trying to prove the infinite monkey theorem, despite the typewriters, despite naming this place after Shakespeare, but his true motives are unclear. Some say he's testing AAI, analog ape intelligence. Others say it's simply billionaires' whimsy. But whatever the intention, something unexpected has emerged, and I'm here with a group to witness it. We're being led to a recreation zone for the apes. No beanbags or table football, but bushes, a climbing frame, and trees full of fruit. So far, so normal for a simian startup. But there's a private area where the bonobos know they're not observed, so they're free to do whatever they like. And today, remarkably, the apes have invited some humans to enter their private space. We have no idea what awaits us. Musk may be among our group, but if he is, he's in disguise. Who knows how the apes would react if they recognized him? Once inside, we are welcomed by a ceremony of sorts. We're invited to sit at a table, and the apes are serving us cups of tea and sandwiches. They're pouring the tea from huge teapots, and they're making quite a mess, but it seems quite friendly. Well, tea is over, and I think we're preparing for some kind of entertainment. Beside us there's a stage with instruments on it. Ooh, and now some of our ape hosts are walking onto the stage. They're dressed in bright red suits with hats, and they're preparing to play something. I wonder what it could be. This really is the most incredible experience of my life. They're starting with drums, creating a beat like a pulsing sensation. Now other instruments are joining in. Ooh, I think I know what they're... Oh, I do know what they're playing. Really? Here? From apes? My goodness, it's the Big Muddler! A collection of criminal codswallop. I suspect that some of you are audio ambulance chasers who hunt out the strangest, saddest podcasts. Well, welcome aboard. It's the Big Muddler, and we're all on the way to recovery. I hope.
If you have any more, Mrs. Moore, you'll not get through your own front door. Too many double chins gives a lady double chins. So don't have any more, Mrs. Moore. Oh, you're in fine voice, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to move straight along with a very delicate song about a young girl who works awfully hard in the shop every day. Her name is Susie. It's a shoe shine shop. And I really want you to sing along with it. It's a very easy song to pick up. So please, join me. Shall we go and see how Susie's doing? Susie, sitting in a shoe shine shop. All day long she sits and shines, all day long she shines and sits. Susie, sitting in a shoe shine shop. She sits and shines and shines and sits and sits and shines and sits and Susie, sitting in a shoe shine shop. I think, Michael, there's a few people not joining in. It's really not hard. I mean, it's as easy as that. Let's try it again, and maybe a tad faster. There we go.
They're old, they're creaky, they need some love, so tell them every day those listed jokes. A lot of people around the world learn English, and a lot of them learn it wrong. They start with the alphabet, which makes sense. A for apple, B for boy, C for cat. Yes, but what they don't realise is that there's more than one English alphabet. Aha. And now I'm going to teach you one of the others. This is called the Cockney alphabet, and it's a classic old comedy routine. So dust down your blackboard, sharpen your pencils, and here we go. A. I need some A. I'm on a farm. It's A for horses. See? A for horses. B for. Now I'm at the butcher's. I can see some B. Not sure what it is. B for mutton. B for mutton. C for. Oh, you don't trust me. Then C for yourself. Yes, you can see what we're doing here now. Right. And D for. D for. Oh, you'd rather not talk about it. Are you D? D for dumb. Well, one of us is wrong. It's E. A for you or me? Yes. F for. Now don't get bubbly. I hate it when you're effervescent. Ooh, there's trouble. We'd better call the G. The G for police. Yes, Cressida Dick. Oh, no, that's rhyming slang. Now I don't mind grassing. It's H. H for themself. But if I get caught, I guess it's I. I for an eye. H for themself. I for an eye. J for just get me something sweet. Yes, J for orange. K for, or get me something to eat. Down the K for teria. Yeah. J for orange, K for teria, L for oops, they're on to us. Let's run. L for leather. Do I need to stress the need for speed? That's my M. Emphasis. See? Stress, emphasis. Yes. But if we're going down, let's go down proper. N. Yes. N for a penny, N for a pound. Quick, down here. O. O for the garden wall. O for the wings of a dove. Gotta stop a second. P. P. P for relief. Ah. I think that's a Q. Q for a song. Ah. R for off a minute. I'll think of it. S for me to know, and you to find out. S for me. I like that one. Here we go. D D D D D D D D. T for two. T T T T. Oh no, don't worry. It's quite polite. It's not a U. Euphemism. Yes. Here's another. Do 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 do. Vive la France! Now, what do you like to eat in the morning? I like eggs. Eggs for breakfast. And who do you like to have them with? Why? Y for girlfriend. Ow! She hit me. Better Z. Z for a doctor. Thank you very much. That will learn you. That was the classic Cockney alphabet. They're old, they're creaky, they need some love, so tell them every day those listed jokes. You're listening to The Big Muddler. Maybe you should get out more. They're wild, they're snappy, but they're seldom happy. They came in on the wrong tide, got washed up on the sand. They got nowhere left to hide, so they formed themselves a band. They're great crustaceans, great crustaceans. their great crustaceans. Like many bands, Great Crustaceans often argue about musical direction. Guitarist Ray is a metalhead, but bassist Squid Vicious trained at a jazz conservatoire, so he prefers things a bit freer. And drummer Spider, well, no one really knows what's happening inside his head. I've written another song.
Really, Spider? And did you actually write this one?
Or is it another rock classic that you've reimagined? I don't know what you're talking about. They're always my songs. Your songs? All right then, let's have a laugh. Let's have a listen. Okay. I'm not very good with the ukulele.
You're not very good with the drums.
You said that last time. Here we go. There was a clam, a special kind of clam. She was my friend, but one day I did wrong, so now I sing this song. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to eat somebody the way I ate you.
That's really sad.
Yeah, we've all been there.
I'm quite moved.
But it's still not your song. Yes, it is. I wrote that. No. Barry and Robin Gibb wrote that for the first Bee Gees album. Ken, you know that one, don't you?
Yes, it does ring a bell. Well, thank you very much, Spider. Keep those ideas coming, I think. Now, boys, we need to talk about the new album. Any thoughts? Well, if we're stuck, or even if we're not that stuck, what about my fusion piece?
What's that?
You know, Shadows Across Spain.
Oh, God, not that.
It's great, it's powerful, and it shows how versatile we can be.
It shows what wallies we can be.
But I thought, Squid, that's part of a bigger piece. Yes, it could be a prelude to our next release.
You want a whole album of that free jazz shite? I'm out of here.
Oh, Ray, you play it so well. You're a natural.
Really?
Well, you could be, with a bit of practice.
Oh, piss off. Who needs all that diminished nonsense? We're a rock band. 3 chords and the tooth.
I think it's 3 chords and the truth.
What? Whatever. People don't like us for that fancy stuff.
No, Ray, people just don't like us. Period. So we've got to give them something new. And why don't we give them something really fresh?
Boys, I feel we've been here before. Now, Squid, I don't think it's quite the right time for Shadows Across Spain.
That's what they said to Miles Davis.
Well, we'll just have to take that risk. Ray, do you have any material? I don't write songs. I'm a musician, not a composer.
Decomposer, more like.
Decomposer. Makes me think of Spider's song. Maybe there's something in that. We were all moved. Perhaps if we wrote a new melody and words, what do you reckon? You mean I get a song on the album? Well, I'm not sure I'd go that far, but it's worth a try. Oh, Christ, don't encourage him. Too late. It looks like Spider might get a writing credit. But will he? You'll have to wait for the next series to hear what happens in the crazy lives of these sensational shellfish. They're wild, they're snappy, but they're seldom happy. They came in on the wrong tide, got washed up on the sand. They got nowhere left to hide, so they formed themselves a band. They're great crustaceans, great crustaceans. They're great crustaceans. Now, you may have noticed that the Cockney alphabet routine earlier, it missed out a letter. You didn't notice? Well, don't worry. But if you did, then let me reveal. I missed out the letter W by accident. Or did I mean to? Either way, it's just not funny. Here's how it sounds. Let's toss a coin, W for quits. Yeah, that's W. See what I mean? A weak gag. Maybe you can think up a funnier one. You can? Then get in touch, please, and save this classic routine from a sad and demeaning demise. Talking of sad and demeaning, it's time to bend our ears to the mad musings of Denzel Rumpo. You come home late and you come home early. You come home big when you're feeling small. You come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. That's a fine lyric from Mr. Prine there, Mr. John Prine. I often think of it when Mrs. Rumpo goes off carousing in Cambourne and doesn't come back for 3 days. Last time I greeted her on the door with those very words. She looked a bit sheepish, and it wasn't just the tufts of wool stuck to her coat. You see, she takes the ewes to the vet in her Renault. So, she's standing there, well, swaying there, and fairly attentive, which was a first, but then I went on to the chorus. So, what in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. But I knew I'd lost her. She was past me and halfway to the kettle. To be honest, I don't myself understand that chorus, all that stuff about the speed of the sound of loneliness. Neither of us have willingly done any running for 20 years now. If only I'd left it at the point about her coming home curly. That way I might have retained the high ground, but as it was, once again, I may have been in the right, yet I ended up in the wrong. And it was me as who had to sleep that night on the settee. It's a cruel world for those of a sensitive disposition. And talking of domestic bombshells, I've only just got my flute fixed. Last week, Mrs. Rumpo tossed it out the car window on the Truro bypass. I don't know why. Not sure she does. Some disagreement we had about Kenny G, maybe. Now, there's a fellow who knows how to blow tunefully. But back I go to Windy Miller's flute boutique in Falmouth. He unbends the head joint. And while he's at it, he sorts out my sticky pads. So I'll be blowing tunefully myself now. Just like my old Uncle Sid, so to speak. Sometimes you just have to interrupt Denzel, and I'm delighted to do so now with a message from this week's sponsor. Lost your keys again? Not sure why you came upstairs? Or maybe you've forgotten your children's names? Oh dear, sounds like it's time for Twinkle. Twinkle lets you remember what's important to you. This entirely natural memory booster harnesses the magical properties of Peruvian tree bark, stripped by actual shamans. Amnesia is alien to these ancient tribes. Now with Twinkle, your brain can be powered by their timeless wisdom. They've been scraping the conifers so you can complete that crossword. Go on, take Twinkle, and it will all come back to you.
Ah, it will all come back to you. Glad that wasn't the tagline for our last sponsor, the Shure Conto Speedy Flow Catheter. Oh, there seems to be a demographic trend among our advertisers. Who do they think listens to this show? Oh, it's time to return to our West Country windbag, Denzel Rumpo. Now to the matter in hand, which again reminds me of Uncle Sid. And I've got something from my good storytelling pal, Jack Lynch. Now, he's a feller. Pointy beard, twinkly eyes, he weaves great tapestries of bullshit. Then he weaves you in as well. You become like co-conspirators in his orgy of magical nonsense. Now, Jack knows I love the music hall. And one day he says, Denzel, here's one of Cecil Sheridan's song parodies from the Dublin Music Hall. And would you know, it's a treat. When Duffy's Circus came to town, and we went there one night, there was acrobats, there was elephants, but the clowns were our delight. When the tattooed lady came on stage, and her gown she unfoiled, she was tattooed from head to toe with pictures of the wild. Now right around her neck was a scene from old Quebec. Her chest, as I recall, was the hills of Donegal, and down her spine was Palestine, with the Suez Canal not far behind. Singapore was round her waist, I could see her naval base, and I caught a glimpse of Ireland's eye. But then my wife said, come on, Joe, and away I had to go, and let the rest of the world go by. All together now, and let the rest of the world go by. Well, thanks to Jack Lynch for that, and it's goodbye from me, Denzel Rumpo. Happy foraging, folks. Wow, now we know how apes respond to the big muddler. There are fire engines still hosing down the hangar, and you can be sure little typing will take place tonight at the Elon Musk Repopulation for Shakespeare Center. As for the muskrat himself, well, it's a good thing he didn't show his face today. But for now, the bonobos are loving the music, and that's where we must leave them. And it's where we must leave you too. Series 1 of The Big Muddler has passed like a flash in the pan. Thanks to our guests along the way, pianist Dorian Ford, poet Elvis McGonigal, the much-missed singer Jan North, and in today's show, the concertina skills of Michael Hebbert. But there's one other. Should we thank the man who assembles this absurdity? There's no time. Matthew Crampton is already off gathering material for the second series. He's threatened more live recordings and some big new concepts for the show. Yeah, right. I'll believe that when I hear it. For now, though, it's goodbye. And folks, keep muddling.